Hi everyone, I am Akriti and today I will be speaking with Anil Reddy, who is the founder of Happy Pet and also has been previously the design director and founder of Lollipop Design Studio. And today we will be talking about his entrepreneurship journey and more about Happy Pet and his experience in the industry so far. So, hi Anil, I'm really excited to speak to you.
Hello, Akriti. Thank you so much. Good to meet you here,
Right.
and so nice to be here.
That's absolutely a pleasure, and that's great to know. So, since Happy Pet, it has been 1 year at Happy Pet.
1 year, 6 months.
Right, right. So, can you tell us a little about your journey at Happy Pet? Anything that you would, want everyone to know about it?
So Happy Pet was not in the plan. After Lollipop, my dream was to just chill, do nothing in life, take my motorbike and ride across India. There's so many parts of India I've not seen. That was the plan, and like one of my good friend, my childhood friend, he was starting a pet store, and then he asked me if I was willing to invest and advise him.
Right.
So I said yes, and it was his dream to start a pet store. And then once I invested, I saw that we could put some the my design experience into it and scale it. So we scaled the store in from one store to five stores. And while scaling the stores, I struggled with finding information on internet. So there was no pet related information in one place. There is no software that I could use to scale the stores, to manage the stores. And then that's what got me into Happy Pet. Then I took that as a opportunity, and I looked at the gap, and I put it on Instagram asking if anyone was interested to come and collaborate with me to build this idea. There's a couple of folks who showed interest who are still with me now at Happy Pet. Then we started building it like a small part-time gig, which turned into a big company now. Now we're a team of 30 people.
Oh, wow.
We have launched all the products and it's doing good.
Right, right. So I'm sure it would have been a beautiful journey this past 1.5 years. And, as an entrepreneur, you would have done a lot of things for the first time during this journey, right? So can you highlight some of them? Like, what are some things that you did for the very first time and you didn't expect them to be a part of the process, maybe?
So I'm new to the industry,
Right.
but some of the practice that I bring into the industry was something that I did in my previous startup, like a design, technology, strategy, marketing, and all that is something that I practiced in the past. But the industry itself was so new to me. Uh, there is an advantage and disadvantage of not knowing the industry. For me, I took that as an advantage of not knowing the industry. For example, if you look at Paytm, Paytm was built by Vijay, the founder of Paytm. He is not from a fintech background. If you look at Swiggy, the founders don't run a restaurant or a food chain. So they're all pretty new to the industry. So they don't fear anything. So when I entered the pet industry, I had no idea what I had no clue about the boundaries. I don't know what to build and all that. I just went crazy building stuff without any fear. And later, now I know, now I start reading about the policies in the pet world and some how the entire industry practices and all stuff. Now I'm a little cautious about what to build and what not to build. So my days are filled with learning. So I have some crazy idea to validate it. I should speak to the pet industry people and then validate that idea and then go about seeing if there is a business opportunity, if this idea can bring revenue and all that. So now it's a very cautious decision that I take. Like when I started, it was like random, let's build, that's it.
Right, right. So when you started, it was more about setting your foot in the right place and doing experiments, sometimes also failing, maybe. But now you're a little cautious about how to move forward. Right. So at Happy Pet, I would love to know that, what is your vision in the upcoming year or in the upcoming time?
So Happy Pet started off with a very small idea. I didn't have any vision. I thought I'll build this and try to sell it and make some money out of it. So that small idea led to multiple ideas. Now we are building three platforms. One is the portal that brings the entire pet industry together in one place. The second one is the mobile app for the pet parents. If you have a dog or a cat, you can manage your entire life cycle of your pet on the mobile app, find services, everything. And the third one is we built an interesting piece that's a software for business.
Right.
where any business in the pet industry can manage and run their business using our software. So they don't have to worry about technology and stuff. We made it super easy. As a designer, my job is to cut the clutter and make things easy.
Absolutely.
Now the vision is got bigger. Now I'm little clear with my vision, because initially I thought I'll build a product and see if it works or no. Now I want to build a global pet technology company. So it's bigger vision now. So as I build, I got to know that this is not just a small product. This could become a global product. So now the vision is to make it so big that a company in India is building a global technology for pet care industry.
Right. I think that would be a really powerful thing in itself because I think before Happy Pet started, the pet industry was quite scattered and all the information was all over the place. But you found that opportunity and brought everything together in one platform. And now you have this global vision. So that's absolutely wonderful to hear that. And you have been able to do it in a very, like, people take years to build something like this, but you did it in approximately 1.5 years.
Less than that.
Right, less than that. So, what did you like? What methodologies or what was the process like that everything has been, up and running up until now? There must have been a lot of research. And since you mentioned that you're pretty new to the industry when you started, so there would have been a lot of learning curve as well.
Yeah. I think any designers by default, our job is to understand the product well. Okay, that is by default. Ask any designer, no matter junior or a senior designer, as soon as an idea is given to them, they try to cut the clutter and focus on what is important, and that is design. So when I got into this industry, right, I had plenty ideas, and there were 100 ways of doing it. So my design, when I wore my design thinking hat, it became so easy for me to focus on what I should build and what I should build next. That I put it into practice. My entire 25 years of being a designer, building companies, working for brands, right? I put all that into practice. Then I said, okay, let me build this. And I believe in build fast, launch fast. So there is another downside of designer. Designers forever they'll be building and designing. Once they open the Figma file and start designing, right? Next day they want to make it better. Again, make better.
They're never satisfied with.
Yeah. That somewhere I figured out that I should not be pixel perfecting it every day.
Right.
So I kept that aside, and then I got into the mode of let launch the product fast. So everything that we was an idea, we turned that into real. By next day morning, it saw the light. So we used to push it out. So that way, it took us less than a year to build 3 products. So for any other non-designers or a non-product or anyone building this, right, would have taken easily 2.5 to 3 years to build. So we finished it in 8 months. Then we took 2 months to test it, and when we got the feedback, there's so many things that was missing in the product. So we built that in one year, 2 months. We launched it. In the last 3 months, we are promoting it, and the feedback has been really good.
Wow, that's been a commendable thing to achieve, right? As a small team to be able to build like 3 different products. So you were mentioning that you took feedbacks from people. So how was that stage like?
So people now who's people, right? One is the pet parents. That is anyone. I'm a pet parent, and do you have dogs or cats? So get one soon.
Absolutely.
So the first circle, my circle, designer circle, so easy to get their feedback.
Right.
So I reached out to all the designers who have pets. I asked them to download the app, and they gave it a shot, and they were so honest to me, and they became like um, they w- they were started auditing everything that I was doing, and they gave me a really honest feedback from a design perspective and plus as a parent perspective. So that was really good feedback. And for the from the industry, I had to build those contacts first, and that took me about 3 to 4 months on ground, going and meeting pet stores, groomers, veterinarians, and animal related specialists like animal whisperers, psychiatrists, to all this crazy title out there.
Oh, wow.
All this while I thought only there is animal doctor who's called veterinarian, but as you go deeper, there's crazy fancy titles, and they're all doing great job. So I had to build those connections, meet them, become their friends, and then show my product to them, get feedback, honest feedback, and some of them were so good. They said whether it works, it doesn't work, and some of them were so nice to me that they said I'll start using the product. That was the first feedback that I got. The best feedback was, I'll use the product. And as I use, I'll let you know every day whether it is usable, whether it doesn't make sense for my business or not. And that's how we started making it better and better.
Wow, that's actually really beautiful to know that, but once you actually got into the field, there was so much which was untapped and you tapped into those areas and actually brought it to life. So, Anil, like you had a dream. This was more like a passion project, and then your love for pets also was a huge advantage while building this. So, a lot of designers out there, they might be a little junior, they might be at your level. They also dream of building something like this, something big, like a product which is actually useful and helpful and covers what the users need. So, what is it that designers you like need to do in order to get their products out there? One thing you mentioned was that designers are, you know, could be chasing perfectionism and never ending design iterations. Apart from that, what is it that they need to do to get their products out there?
So, design to me, if you ask me what is design, right? Design is a beautiful solution. So, a lot of designers focus on either solving the problem or beautifying the problem. That's the UX and UI of the world. So, we are too lost in that. So, there is other side of it, that's the business angle to the design. I think that's where every designer has to step into it. Designers building product is the future.
Right.
When designers build product, they build great product. They build beautiful product. The only problem is they don't understand technology and they don't understand business. Most of the designers, and I can openly say this, 90% of designers are tech disabled. When I say tech disabled, they think technology is not a part of their practice. They ignore it. They think there are some coders, some engineers sitting there. Once you ship the file, it is there a deck. The day when designers step into the tech, when the designers, after building it, take it to the market and try to sell it, that's when they'll become a great product, or they'll build a great company, product company.
Right.
So my advice to the designer is, you have ideas, you can prototype it. I think that's where it ends. After prototype, you believe that this idea will work, go further and start building that, launch that, and figure out how to promote it, because every product in the market will work. There is nothing like this product doesn't work. I can still go ahead and manufacture this plastic plants or real plants or whatever that is. I can sell it. Now I can message it different. I can promote it in a different way. Now it's up to me, how do I go out to the market and sell it. So designers have to figure that out. Not just finish it a prototype and say that the market is not there, people don't like this, and I don't think so I can make money out of it. You can make money out of every damn thing.
Right.
Anything. People who know how to bake cupcakes are making money from home.
Right.
People who were the simple cook also making money.
Right.
We designers, I think we have brilliant ideas. We can generate revenues out of it.
So just that we designers need to know how to sell it, in what way to sell it.
For designers, most of the designers, I'm being a little sarcastic here. Most of the designers, idea stands for I didn't even attempt. I only did prototype. Idea means I didn't even attempt.
Right, right,
So all the designers out there, I'm looking at the camera and saying this. If you have an idea, put it down on the paper, work on it with all the AI tools. You can turn that idea into reality in less than a day. If you need some tips, reach out to me. I can show you how to build things fast.
right. Definitely. Thank you so much for that. So, like a lot of designers, of course, look up to entrepreneurship and they want to become entrepreneurs one day. But as soon as you step into the founder's shoes, things are not as glamorous as they look from the outside world. So, how does a designer navigate through those challenges as soon as they step into the founder's shoe? Because they've been constantly looking into one direction, which is designing. But after stepping into the founder's shoe, there might be 100 other things that they might have to do, and they might not even know it at the start. So, how does one navigate through that?
I think it's some challenges are not upfront. Like sometimes you start uh, out of excitement which is good. We all do that.
Right.
And once you start, there's unknown challenges that come in front of you, and you just need to go with the flow and keep um, accepting those challenges. So in my case, right, I never painted um, a beautiful picture about Lollipop. I knew that I was getting into something where eventually I will drain myself out. Emotionally, I'll fall down, and I'll lose my confidence. I knew that I was going to go through all this stuff. I came mentally prepared. So I knew for the fact that some of the challenges that I was going to face, I had no experience facing it. So I was looking forward to it. When I arrived at the challenge, right, I took it and I made sure that I find a solution to the challenge. Design is all about finding solutions. No matter what challenges come, financial challenge, people challenge, scaling challenge, they all require design thinking.
Right.
So I put that in practice and made sure I solved the problem. For designers, for new designers who are going to start a company or start their own design studio, I suggest that read and learn about running business. Don't get excited just because you have a new project, and don't jump into it.
Right.
Think about what happens after that project. Think about how to collect the money. Think about how to, once you collect the money, how to sustain with that money until you get the next project. Think about all those things and then start.
Right. Right. So, you have been in the design industry for 25 years and leading a global design studio, which is Lollipop Design Studio. In your journey, you would have interacted with a lot of designers. So, what is it that, from their interactions, from how they communicate, what is it that you would want to see in those designers moving forward, given that the technology and with AI, everything is changing so rapidly? So, what is it that you would want to see more of in the future designers?
I think my request is get the basics right. I think if you look at AI, automation, all the new things, new jazz words, right? It is not the future; it's current. Okay, if you don't know, you can learn it fast. AI is not something that you have missed the bus or you don't know how to catch up. And it's so damn easy to learn AI. Okay, anyone. Like for example, all those beautiful artworks that people are creating on Instagram, right? It is created by non-AI people.
Right.
People sitting at home, housewives to people who have no clue about technology. They're using the phone to create those things. And it is so easy to do that. But get the fundamentals right. Some basics of the design right. Get that right. And that will take time to learn, not AI. So I want designers, whenever I meet them, to speak design, not speak about future technology and AI. When I say speak design, speak business, speak psychology, speak technology, speak to strategy, speak art. I think this is the kind of a conversation a two designers should have.
Right.
Not about do you know about the new plugin, do you know about the new tool, do you know the new updates on Figma. These are not the conversations.
Right, right. Absolutely. So it's essential to have the basics right and to know what the foundations really are. So to be able to, step into the world of design and move forward.
Yeah. So now after my talk, right, when I came out, there are a lot of people asking me what kind of AI tools do you use. I'm like, how, why tools is not what I build my company with. Ask me questions about what are the challenges you go through and how are you promoting it. Or ask me questions about how did you get your first revenue and how did that happen. I would love to answer tools and all that. It's a simple answer, but it's basically feels like I've come all the way to answer about the tools. Then design conversations has to be a little deeper, not just about the tools.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, since you have, given me a couple of questions, so I'll take that opportunity to really understand that at Happy Pet, how did you get your first revenue and what was the journey like?
So we have multiple revenue sources,
Okay.
and one is we are selling the tools,
Right.
that software to the businesses where the business subscribe with us, and we have made it super affordable. It's 499 rupees, and businesses use those tools. And the second one is we are selling merchandise, the T-shirt that I'm wearing. So pet parents can order T-shirts. This is small revenues I'm talking about. And the third one is there's a marketing opportunity for brands to come and collaborate with us. So these are the three things. But the scalable one is the SaaS platform. So this SaaS platform is meant for a global audience where um, pan across the globe we're going to do it.
Right, right. So as you were mentioning that there's this tool you are selling for 499 rupees. So while pitching this to the users, did you find any challenges that people are not willing to pay for it, or like they would outright say that no, we don't need this right now, maybe we'll think about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. You're right. People don't want to pay 499, but they took me out and treated me food for 500 to 600 rupees. They're ready to pay for the food, not for the tools. But technology is not something that they got into it. So they all run stores, they do grooming, they look after dogs and all that. Technology for them, it is like, why do I need it? I'm doing my job and my business is running. I don't need technology. So now I don't sell tool, I sell solution. So they all want to grow the business. So I tell that story instead of telling my tool story, right? So I tell the story about how can you scale and where does the tool fit in.
Right.
And the first thing that I tell them, it's just super easy. I ask them, do you use Instagram? They say yes. Do you use Facebook? They say yes. It's exactly the same. It's as easy and simple as using Instagram and Facebook. That's how simple it is to run your business using our software. And now they are like, okay, now what does it do? Then I tell the next story. All the stories I learned being a designer, because selling design is so difficult. You know about it. Every time you finish designing it, when I put you in front of the client, you are like thinking through the night, how am I going to sell this next day?
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what I do selling the software that I built.
Right. So the software that you're building, you would have sold it to shops in tier yep, 2 and 3 cities as well, where people might not be so familiar with using a whole setup of that system and using it on a day-to-day basis. So how did you help them navigate that challenge?
I speak multi-language, which came very handy for me.
Okay.
Hindi, I picked it up and now I speak broken Hindi, but still I make an attempt to speak Hindi. And I speak Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, a little bit of Malayalam and English, obviously. So my focus was in the southern part of India. So I traveled across Tamil Nadu. I put a story about it on Instagram. So I spoke their language. So they treated me as a local person. And then it became easy, and thus they went to an extent of offering me food.
Right.
So they were offering me food, and now they're not customers, they're my friends. Now I'm telling them that I'm new to the industry, I want to learn from me. So they have so many tips to give. I learn from them, and then I start selling the product to them. So here is a thing to all the people who are watching this interview. Design, right, is again comes down to basics. Learn languages. Like if you have moved from one state to another state, like for example, you have come to this state, which is Telangana, they speak Telugu here. Learn Telugu language, right? Not because the state is forcing you or not because of anything. The more languages you learn, the easier to win the local people's heart.
Right.
And that basic common thing people don't understand. We all call ourselves as researchers. Research is all about learning new languages and connecting with the audience with like humans.
Right.
And designers fail to do that. Take any designer from the north that doesn't speak any of the South Indian languages. Take designers from the north, south, they're very hesitant to learn Hindi as a language.
Right.
So with this, how are you going to become a great designer or a researcher? My advantage was speaking multi-language. It came so handy to sell my product. I went to He came here to Hyderabad. I speak Telugu at home. So that is my mother tongue, but not as polished Telugu as what they speak in the state. But still, I managed it. Yesterday, I sold, right after the event, I went and I sold a license and cake.
Oh,
With just one 30 minutes gap, I sold on license and cake. And today, after this interview, I'm again going to sell a license. So language play a very important role.
So I think 2 years back, you wouldn't have imagined that being a multilingual personality, it would have helped you right now.
No, even at Lollipop, it helped. The only thing is at Lollipop, I sold multi-crore projects, and here I'm selling 499 rupees.
Right. So how has that shift been for you?
Well,
It must have its own set of challenges, of course, and a different strategy altogether.
yeah, with multi-crore, it's very easy to sell, I believe, because once you build a brand, people will trust whatever you're saying. And with my gray hair and 25 years of experience, people trusted whatever I spoke. Here, it's different. People don't trust me. I'm not from the industry. They've not seen my face. They've not heard about me. Now I'm back to zero, little aged, not trying to sell. Like if I give you an electronic product, go sell it to every house. First rejection is they shutting the door. And next one is they're not entertaining you. And the worst part is you walk into the store, some people won't even make you sit. You have to stand there for hours until they finish the customers, and then they come and say no. So you waited for 1 year only to hear no. So I went through all that stuff. But yes, it hurts ego, but that's how this business runs. And I have to face over this.
Right, right, absolutely. So I think it's very eye-opening to know about all of this. As a designer, you have a lot of responsibilities when you step into the founder's shoe. So, right. So, I remember you were recently mentioning that you're traveling to Australia and Singapore and Dubai to actually promote Happy Pet. So, can you tell us a little bit about that?
So we are, this is a global product.
Right.
Okay. And I think India knows about what we are building. And last time when I went to Middle East, I met a couple of pet industry folks and I showed them the demo and they fell in love with it and they're using it. And now I came back and I told my team that I think we can try it with different country now. There's a big event coming up in Australia. It's a dog event.
Right.
So I'm attending that. I'm also meeting a couple of customers and convincing them to use our tool. And then after that, there's an event in Bangkok. I'm attending that. And Malaysia and Singapore is also a big pet market.
Right.
And Philippines is one of the very similar market like India, very open to things. So want to explore all that stuff and see. We don't know where we're going to make it big. So purely for generating revenue. Second one is to tell our investors that this is a global product and people across the world loves this and I need money.
Yeah. Definitely that goes. So, Anil, it has been a very insightful and eye opening conversation for me to actually hear it from you and to know about your journey, all the challenges, all the strategies that you had used. So, it has been really insightful. Now, I would like to move into the next segment of the discussion, which is a rapid fire round. So, I'll be asking you some questions for which you have to give one word answers. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so here's the first question. Describe yourself in one word.
Mental.
Okay, I would have loved to ask why, but would you want to answer it or no?
Yeah, I'm a little off, sometimes too much off. I'm very unpredictable. And sometimes I say this, sometimes I say against it.
Right.
So I am that. A lot of people watching this interview will laugh about it, and some people will say, yes, he's mental. I'm mental.
All right, so moving on to the next question. What is one book or a movie that you find inspiring?
There's couple of movies, but uh, um, a book. I love the power of subconscious mind. I love it because some of the things with Joseph Henry, I think the author, he's written, you can literally put it into practice.
Right.
And I did practice some of the things which have really helped me. And movies, I can say the recent movie that I watched. I think it's called uh, the Malayalam movie. It's about
Mm.
superhero. You guys know which one it is? Minnalu Muhammad. The latest one. Loka.
Okay.
Damn. Malayalam movie industry, the Kerala movie industry is at next level. At a 25-30 crore, they have made super beautiful, visually great movie at 30 crores. And somebody with Adi Purush with 600 crores made a crap movie. And here it is 30 crores, beautiful movie. I think that's what creativity is. I love that movie.
Absolutely. And I'm actually loving your energy in this interview. So thank you for bringing your energy here. So, our next question. What is the best part about your day?
Uh, s- Spending time with my dogs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love waking up and taking them out for a walk. It's like me and them. We play, we run, and it reminds me 20 years back where they're chasing me and I'm chasing them. It doesn't make me feel that I've turned 45.
Oh, that's absolutely wonderful.
Because humans don't give that feeling. Humans always, I talk to my mom, she makes me feel old. Sit with my kids, they'll remind you how old you are. But dogs, they don't know my age.
Right, right. So another question for you is, what do you love about UX India over here?
I think this is the one of the event that brings all the designers together. And Kalagar Bapu is like, he is amazing. I think that consistency of continuously doing it despite, I don't know whether this is a profitable or not, but he is so driven and not just about the event. He's bringing leaders like us and asking us that can you take up some responsibility even after the event, and can you continue doing that, spreading that and all that. Amazing. I think most of them come here because of the organizer Bapu, and the second one is I purely come here to collaborate with designers. So many young designers, so much to learn from them. I've been very consistent with the UX India, and I think this is not an event, it's a celebration of design.
Oh, definitely. It is a celebration of design, and we're so glad to have you here. So, my last question for you is that if not design, which field would you have been in?
I would have been a car driver for a designer.
That's an interesting answer.
I can't think of anything. A driver for design.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Anil. I had a great time speaking with you. And thank you so much for coming to UX India every year. And I hope you have a great time this time as well.
Thank you so much, and thank you, UX India, for this beautiful opportunity. And look forward to many more sessions and events like this.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much.